Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the FGM Grand here in Las Vegas. The most anticipated fight of the year, Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia go head-to-head this Saturday at T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, live on Showtime pay-per-view, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. Fight week rolls on as today we will have the media workouts. We have a tremendous card from top to bottom on Saturday. You are going to see an amazing night of boxing. Our main event, 2 fighters who are undefeated with high knockout percentages. Both of them boxing superstars, Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, risking their undefeated records on the line in a massive fight regarding their legacy. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to discuss our pay-per-view undercard. Want to let you know that the action gets going early on Saturday, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time. We have a couple of exciting fights on the Showtime Sports social media pages. Saturday night's event presented by Premier Boxing Champions, promoted by GTD Promotions, along with TGB Promotions and Golden Boy Promotions. One of those men fighting on the pay-per-view undercard, the streaming fights, will be none other. This young fighter has a record of 14 wins, opposite 1 defeat, 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Crazy to think that he has been a professional for 3 years, turned pro at the age of 17. He's won 6 fights in a row, including a 4th-round TKO in his yearly debut in a victory over Omar Rosales. Please welcome the pride and joy of Roseland, New Jersey. Here is Vito Malnicki Jr. Vito, it is great to see you. What is it like? You know, you are less than a month away from your 21st birthday. You can't even go and gamble. You can't even have an adult beverage after your fight if you choose to do so. But what's it like fighting here in Las Vegas on a card of this magnitude as we continue with Fight Week here in Las Vegas?
Yeah, I mean, it's truly just a dream come true. I want to thank Al Heyman for giving me this opportunity. I want to thank my team for sacrificing time away from their family to be with me in training camp. Our last 4 weeks, we came out to Vegas to finish up camp, got a lot of great work, but we're really ready for Saturday. We're ready to put on a dominant performance and show the fans what we're capable of, and put on and show the world what we're going to keep doing and climbing the ranks.
I know you're very proud of where you're from in Roseland, New Jersey, but when I brought you into the ring, I heard the cheers from the fans. How much do these people motivate you as you get ready to display your talent on Saturday on the Showtime Sports social media pages, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time?
Yeah, shout out everyone that came out today. If you haven't already, get your tickets, tune in, buy the pay-per-view, or tune in on the Showtime YouTube. Thank you guys for coming out today. I truly appreciate it. Without you guys, none of this would be possible. So thank you.
So for people who have never seen or they're new to you, what can they expect on Saturday?
Expect fireworks. We've been working hard in the gym. We've been improving on our skills, mentally getting better, just maturing all around in the ring. So I want to thank Coach Chino Rivas, Coach Anthony Carr, my father for setting up things behind the scenes for me. So we're ready to just put on a great performance and dominate on Saturday night.
How great is being a part of this card? And also when you look at Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia, how great is this for boxing to see 2 guys risking their undefeated records on the line in a fight that has significant ramifications regarding their legacies?
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely what boxing needs. A lot of big fights, young guys willing to put their O on the line. And I think Floyd Mayweather made the impression of being 50-0, and a lot of guys don't want to lose that O. But this is definitely what the sport needs, seeing young guys putting their O on the line and willing to risk it all. It's definitely great. I think it's going to be a great fight, and the fans don't want to miss it.
You had a stumble in your career, and you've been able to bounce back in resounding fashion. How much have you learned since that defeat? Because it is natural for fighters to lose. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think fighters respond in their own ways. You have responded in a resounding fashion.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, me turning pro at 17, we knew that there were going to be some bumps in the road. A lot of guys who turned pro at 17, they fight off TV with no one watching. I made my mistakes on live television in front of millions of people, and I'm thankful for what happened on that day when I lost, and it showed me that proper preparation prevents poor performance, and that's why every time in the ring from here on out, you'll see me at my best.
What's your prediction for Saturday, Vito, in your fight?
Dominant performance, expect fireworks, and this guy's never been stopped before, but if we get him out of there, we're definitely going to get him out.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause to Vito Mielnicki Jr. Vito's going to do a little bit of shadow boxing and work out for all of you here at the MGM Grand. Vito Mielnicki Jr., he'll be a part of Saturday night's mega night of boxing. You can face this one. Also want to thank our great sponsors that are supporting a Saturday night. We are very appreciative of them. As Saturday night brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app, use the code GLOVES, and bet on Tank Davis versus King Ryan now. Also brought to you by Big George Foreman, exclusively in movie theaters on April 28th. Tickets on sale now, rated PG-13. Also sponsored by Fast Twitch. Fast Twitch, a new energy drink from Gatorade with 200 milligrams of caffeine, electrolytes, and zero sugar. It's fantastic. Make sure to give it a try. Also brought to you by Cuervo Tradicional Cristiliano. Smooth has an edge. And brought to you by Fast 10 in theaters on May 19th. Vito Mielnicki Jr. working out here in Las Vegas. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Vito Melikuziev Jr. working out for all of you here in Las Vegas. Thank you very much, Vito. Greatly appreciated. Good luck. We are excited to see Vito Melikuziev Jr. Vito, you can leave that way. This way, as he's going to go ahead and talk with the various media members here in Las Vegas. I also want to thank our fine DJ D. Miles, doing a wonderful job. You've been hearing him throughout the course of Fight Week. The best DJ in the business is DJ D. Miles. Ladies and gentlemen, Saturday night is going to be a special night. Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia going head-to-head. A matchup that has been talked about for over 2 years now. We are merely days away as Fight Week is upon us here in the fighting capital of the world. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, on Friday, we will have the official weigh-in coming up at 3 o'clock local time right outside of T-Mobile Arena at Toshiba Plaza. It is going to be a wild atmosphere 1 day away until fight night as we have Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia. They will tip the scale and face off for the final time. It is free and open to the public. Get there early. I believe we're going to start letting people in at 1:30 local time so you can get your seat, get your spot, and see the fighters weigh in and face off for the final time. Now, tomorrow's press conference will be streamed on the Showtime Sports social media pages. That'll be coming your way at 4 Eastern, 1 local time. So make sure to check out the final press conference with Gervonta Tank Davis and also Ryan Garcia. Plus, if you want an in-depth look at what these fighters are doing to prepare for fight night, you have to check out both episodes of All Access produced by Showtime Sports. It is a comprehensive look at what these guys are doing in preparation for fight night, a matchup that has been discussed for over 2 years. Both men predicting exciting finishes. And listen, the one thing about this fight that is so compelling is that someone is likely going to get knocked out. Why do I say that? Just look at the numbers. A knockout percentage of over 92% for Gervonta Davis. For Ryan Garcia, a knockout percentage of over 82%. So what a matchup we have in our main event. But speaking of our entire card, we will start off in the middleweight division as we have the young upstart, 19 years of age, undefeated. Elijah Garcia will take on this man. In terms, he is from Mexico, a very tough and determined fighter, just one loss on his record. He is the brother of the former world champion Juan Carlos Salgado. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Mexico as he will take on Elijah Garcia Saturday night on Showtime pay-per-view. Here is Kevin Salgado. Where's Martin? We have our esteemed translator, Martin Batter, with us as well. Kevin taking on the undefeated Elijah Garcia. What does this opportunity mean to you?
Tenés a Elijah Garcia, un oponente invicto, una gran oportunidad. Pero ¿qué significa para vos contar con esta gran oportunidad?
Soy muy agradecido con Dios y con PBC por darme esa oportunidad. Es un rival muy fuerte que tiene hambre, pero vamos a darle una sorpresa.
I'm really thankful with God for giving me this opportunity. I know that I'm going up against a really strong opponent, but I also know that we can shock the world and surprise some people.
Do you like the fact that you're the underdog heading into this fight?
¿Te gusta el hecho de que sos el que no es favorito en esta pelea?
Sí, de hecho siempre los mexicanos donde peleamos no somos favoritos, pero los papeles cambian.
You know what? Mexicans sometimes when we fight, we may not be the favorites, but then we show our worth.
What does it mean for you to be a part of a card like this with Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia? It is a fight that is being talked about, and many people are going to be watching all over the world.
Hablemos un poco de esta cartelera, Gervonta Davis contra Ryan Garcia. Va a ser visto de punta a punta en el mundo. ¿Qué significa para vos formar parte de la cartelera en sí?
Estoy muy emocionado. Creo que todo el mundo va a haber a un mexicano en la cartelera y que va a dar una guerra arriba del ring.
I'm so excited, and the whole world is going to get to see a Mexican warrior, a Mexican fighter in this card, and I'm going to put on a show. I can promise you that.
Well, you're talking about promising a show. How much do you want to go ahead and steal the show? Obviously, everyone's talking about Tank and Ryan, but how much do you and Elijah want to steal the show and entertain the fans all over the globe?
Obviamente Gervonta y Ryan son los principales, ¿no? Pero ¿qué tantas ganas tienen vos y Elijah de robarse el show y ser de los que todos hablan el domingo?
Pues va a ser una gran pelea, él es un peleador con hambre, yo también, y va a ser una guerra arriba del ring.
It's going to be a great fight. I know that Elijah is hungry too, so am I. We're going to give it our best to please the fans on Saturday night.
And Saturday night against Elijah Garcia live on Showtime pay-per-view. Your prediction, sir?
¿Tu predicción para tu pelea del sábado por Showtime Pay-Per-View?
Vamos a dar una sorpresa.
We're going to surprise everybody. I can promise you that.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Kevin Salgado, working out for all of you here in Las Vegas. Kevin Salgado promising a surprise. He's the underdog according to the odds makers. Want to thank Martin Batzer, our outstanding translator. Kevin Salgado from Mexico going head-to-head against Elijah Garcia. Don't forget, Saturday night's event is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app and use the code GLOVES and bet on Tank Davis versus King Ryan now. Also by Big George Foreman, exclusively in movie theaters, April 28. Tickets are on sale now, rated PG-13. Fast Twitch, a new energy drink from Gatorade with 200 milligrams of caffeine, electrolytes, and zero sugar. Also brought to you by Cuervo Tradicional. Smooth has an edge, and brought to you by Fast 10 in theaters on May 19th. Kevin Salgado working out for everyone here at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Kevin Salgado working out, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for the Mexican from Mexico City. 15-1 in 110 knockouts. He is the younger brother of former super featherweight champion Juan Carlos Salgado. He will take on Elijah Garcia in the opening fight on Showtime pay-per-view. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. You do not want to miss it. It'll be at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we're here in Las Vegas, want to let you know and want to mention he's working right now with his outstanding Borderweight podcast, but the former welterweight champion in the world in the house, Showtime Sean Porter, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give a round of applause to Showtime Sean Porter, a good friend of mine, a phenomenal fighter, now retired. I wish he would come back, but he's a heck of a commentator. Showtime Sean Porter, the Porterweight podcast. Also, you know, we have the super middleweights on full display on Saturday in our co-main event. It'll be David Morrell Jr. going head-to-head against Yamaguchi Falcao, but a guy who's no stranger to the super middleweight division. He's now retired and a member of the Premier Boxing Champions family, Librado Andrade, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give a round of applause to the outstanding fighter, Librado Andrade. My goodness, Librado was a tremendous world title contender and should have been a world champion had he not been robbed, but that's another topic for another day. Also, when it comes to Saturday night, you see Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. It is being presented by Premier Boxing Champions, promoted by TGB Promotions, along with GTD Promotions and Golden Boy Promotions. A couple of birthdays during the week, and they are working very hard. A very happy birthday to Premier Boxing Champions' very own Ryan Hafey, our outstanding photographer. Happy birthday to you, Ryan. Does a wonderful job when it comes to Premier Boxing Champions on the website and also social media. And also one of the promoters of Saturday night, the vice president of TGB Promotions. Her birthday will be later on in the week. Happy birthday to Brittany Goosen Brown as they are celebrating their birthdays, working very hard during this amazing fight week. But I want to talk to you, the fans. I want to hear who you believe is going to win the fight on Saturday. So if you are here to support Gervonta Tank Davis, let me hear you, Las Vegas. All right, so very good reception. How about if you're here to support the 23-0, 19 knockout artiste from California, King Ryan Garcia. Cali is no doubt in the house. I am very curious to see how the energy is going to be like inside T-Mobile Arena on a Saturday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time on Showtime pay-per-view. We come with you with action earlier in the day at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time, as we will have fights on the Showtime Sports streaming and social media pages. You do not want to miss our doubleheader. The action gets going early at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time. Then we'll transition to the pay-per-view at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. Tomorrow, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific time, it'll be the press conference. You can check that out on the Showtime Sports social media pages. The weigh-in will come your way, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time, right outside of T-Mobile Arena at Toshiba Plaza. As now, ladies and gentlemen, the second part of our pay-per-view. We have a rematch of their confrontation back in 2021. This man has a record of 11 wins, opposite 1 defeats, 9 wins coming by way of knockout. He has won 4 straight since losing to Gabriel, Rosado, originally from Uzbekistan, now residing in Indio, California. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bektemir, the bully Melikuziev. Translate for me, right? How are you? Good to see you, sir. You stand right here. Bektemir, it is great to see you. 11-1, your record. 9 wins coming by way of knockout. But when they asked you to get this rematch on a part of Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia, how did you feel?
Albatta, assalomu alaykum. Hello everyone. Albatta nima deydi? Bugungi bergan imkoniyatdan men juda ham xursandman. Xudo xolasa, mana shu rematchda Xudo xolasa nima deydi? Inshaalloh chiroyli g'alabaga ko'zlashga harakat qilamiz.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, it's an honor for me. That's the fight I've been asking for. That's the fight I got on the biggest card of the year. That's dream come true. I'm ready.
You put him down in your first fight back in 2021. You put him down in the first round. He would come back and knock you out in the third. What did you learn from that fight? And how much are you looking forward to finally avenging that only loss on your dossier?
Albatta, nima deydi? Birinchi bo'yda hamma nima qilgan? Albatta o'zimizda ozgina bu boks, bunda ozgina bitta xato, albatta shuni nimaga olib keldi va albatta biz undan keyin bu xatolarimiz ustida ishladik, murabbiylarimiz bilan, trenerlarimiz bilan, butun komanda bilan Xudo xolasa bu xatoni qaytarib qilmaslikka va chiroyli g'alaba qozonishga albatta harakat qilamiz. Tayyormiz.
This is boxing, and this is what happens in boxing if you get reckless. I got reckless. I paid for it. You know, I didn't felt any threat and went for the finish. This is what happened. This is why we got this rematch happening right now, and I'm confident to right the wrong, you know.
Is it fair to say that since that loss, we have gotten and you have become meaner inside the ring? Because in your 4-fight win streak, 3 of those have been by knockout or stoppage.
Albatta, bu jangga boshqacha tayyorgarlik ko'rdik. Men uchun eng seryozni bo'y bo'ladi. Xudo xolasa shunga yarasha tayyorgarlik ko'rdik va shunga yarasha jang ko'rsatishga harakat qilamiz.
I'm exactly the same as I always was. I'm always serious and mean inside the ring. You know, I'm a happy person outside the ring, but inside the ring, I have only one goal, and that's the victory.
What can fans expect out of you on Saturday night on Showtime pay-per-view in your rematch against Gabriel Rosado?
Albatta, hammasini ring ko'rsatadi. Biz tayyormiz. Albatta, ziritilishni bo'y qilishga, chiroyli bo'y qilishga albatta harakat qilamiz. Tayyormiz inshaalloh.
One thing I can promise you, it's going to be an exciting fight. It's going to be a banger. It's going to be a war.
And also, your thoughts on Gervonta Davis and Elijah Garcia in the main event.
Endi albatta, nima deydi? Ring ko'rsatadi. Men o'ylaymanki, juda ham ziritilishni bo'y bo'ladi.
The ring is going to show. I wish them both luck, and I believe it's going to be a great fight, exciting fight, and the ring is going to show who's the better fighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the Olympic silver medalist, Bektemir, the bully Melikuziev. He'll be working out for all of you here at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. He collides against Gabriel Rosado. The second fight on the pay-per-view. What a loaded night of boxing. Expect fireworks from all of these pay-per-view fights from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Saturday night, brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app, use the code GLOVES, and bet on Tank Davis versus King Ryan now. Also by Big George Foreman, exclusively in movie theaters, April 28th. Tickets on sale now, rated PG-13. By Fast Twitch, a new energy drink from Gatorade with 200 milligrams of caffeine, electrolytes, and zero sugar. Brought to you by Cuervo Tradicional, smooth, has an edge. And by Fast 10 in theaters May 19th. Bektemir Melikuziev, the bully, working out here in Vegas.
Wychodzisz через inny ugał.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Bektemir, the bully Melikuziev. He battles Gabriel Rosado on a Saturday in a rematch of their matchup back in January of 2021. If you haven't seen that, what a matchup that was. It didn't last long. Melikuziev put down Rosado in the first round. Then Rosado would come off the deck and knock him out in the third round with an overhand right. Melikuziev said that's boxing, and he believes he'll be able to right or wrong on Saturday as he rematches against Gabe Rosado. Saturday night with Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. So special because you have two of the world's best going head-to-head. They are in the primes of their careers. Gervonta's 28, Ryan is 24. And when I look at this fight, you hope that big fights like this can meet expectations because there's so much hype, there's so much excitement, there's so much anticipation behind this matchup. Two guys who have a lot of pop behind their punches, knockout power from Gervonta Davis, knockout power from Ryan Garcia. But in my estimation, I believe that these two are tailor-made for each other because you know that they're going to feel each other's power. And when that happens, you will no doubt get fireworks. I think we are going to get a sensational fight, one that we're going to be talking about for years, and one that's going to elevate the winner to possibly being one of the faces of boxing. This is a fight where these guys can go ahead and claim their reign and say, this is my era when it comes to the lighter weight classes. who will be victorious on Saturday. We are merely days away from finding out. But first and foremost, what I want to do is I want to thank all of you, the fans. Fights like this are because of you, the fans. Obviously, the fighters come out and display their talents, but I want to thank all of you, the fans, for coming out supporting these guys, because without your support, without you buying the tickets, without you buying the pay-per-views, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So we want to thank all you, the boxing fans. This is a celebration of the sport on Saturday as you have Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia going head-to-head. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I believe as we are moments away from bringing up one half of our co-main event of the evening, we will focus in on our co-main event in the super middleweight division as you have David Morrell, who's making a lot of noise, the Cuban defector, now training under the guidance of Ronnie Shields. Actually left Cuba, ended up in Minneapolis, spent the first couple years of his pro career in Minneapolis. Now he's under the guidance of Ronnie Shields, who has been in the corner of the likes of Pernell Sweet Pete Whitaker, Mike Tyson, also Jermall Charlo as well. Ronnie Shields has been an elite trainer for many, many years, and he is guiding David Morrell Jr. Morrell's adversary, terrific fighter, 35 years of age, Olympic bronze medalist from Brazil, who captured Olympic bronze back in the 2012 games out in London. Only one loss on his record. He has won 8 in a row, and he's looking to make a statement and upset David Morrell Jr. And we were here in Las Vegas 3 weeks ago for another scintillating super middleweight main event between David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. I thought both of them went out there and went to battle. Obviously, Benavidez came out on top, but I think Caleb Plant proved the kind of warrior that he is and why he was a world champion. But for David Benavidez, he's looking at the likes of potentially a Canelo Alvarez or maybe David Morrell Jr. But for Morrell, he can't even think that far ahead because he has an opponent in Yamaguchi Falcao in front of him on Saturday who is looking to spoil those plans. So Morrell Jr. has to be on his game. And as we all know, when it comes to prize fighting, you can go ahead and have plans. But when you have another opponent in front of you, all right, ladies and gentlemen, as we await Yamaguchi Falcao, I want to bring up the former welterweight champion of the world, an esteemed analyst, the host of the Porterweight podcast, originally from the Ohio area, now residing here in Las Vegas. No stranger to big prize fight events and atmospheres. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome up to the ring, Showtime, Shawn Porter. What's up, Showtime? It is great to see Showtime Shawn Porter in the house, the Porterweight podcast. If you haven't downloaded it, make sure to download it. Watch it on YouTube.
We're streaming right now.
Streaming right now. Go ahead and put it on your mobile device while you're attending the workouts. Shawn, Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia. Does it get any better than this?
No, it does not. This fight, a lot like Mayweather's fights, will touch every part of this world. Every entertainment will be wanting to see this, and that's why this is the epitome of what we consider to be the best that boxing has to offer.
Now, you have been here in Las Vegas for some years, but what a crazy sports week here in Vegas. I saw you yesterday ringing the bell at the Las Vegas Knights game. You know, they're in the playoffs against the Winnipeg Jets. Obviously, they came up short in game 1 in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs, but what's this like for Vegas? You got the Knights in the playoffs. You got Tank and Ryan on Saturday. My goodness, what a week for Vegas.
Yeah, boxing has always been the capital, Vegas has always been the boxing capital. It's also the party capital, you know what I mean? So we were at the Golden Knights game yesterday. It was a party. It was fun, even though they didn't pull that one out last night. It still was a heck of a time, and it definitely gets you ready, gets the energy going for the entire week. And the best part about it, when you do have a playoff here, is that's more opportunity to show people who don't know about the boxing match that's here, for them as they're here, enjoying the weekend, enjoying all the other festivities. Please order that pay-per-view. If you don't order it, come out and enjoy it, man. It's going to be an unbelievable night of boxing.
Sean, as we look at this fight's been talked about for over 2 years with Gervonta and Ryan Garcia, but what is your thoughts on the fight? I think, to me, that there will be no need for the judges because both guys have knockout power. I can't see this fight going the full 12 rounds, lasting 36 minutes.
I don't know who sees this fight going the distance. It's very, I don't know how to paint that picture in my head that this fight goes the distance, but the same way you feel that Tank can get a knockout in the 8th or the 9th round because he takes his time, he sets his opponents up, and he picks his punches carefully, and he sets those traps. Ryan has the ability to knock out Tank in 3 rounds. You know what I mean? Tank, we've seen Ryan land that unbelievable left hook. We've seen Ryan land that flash right hand, and it just ends abruptly. You know what I mean? So it doesn't go the distance. But as long as the fight is going, I mean, we are all on the edge of our seats waiting to stand up. And that's the kind of energy that's going to be in the room that night.
That's what I love. I'm glad you brought that up, on the edge of your seat. It's like a high wire act. You don't know which way it's going to go. Sean, in my opinion, I think we're going to get something that we can't even fathom, but I know it's going to be wild and crazy on Saturday night.
It's like I say, we want to promote, we want to sell tickets, and so we want to say this fight can go both ways. Order the fight so you can see how it goes. But legitimately, there's no lie. You promote some fights and you just kind of lying, like what's going to happen. With this one, my first thought is that Tank Davis wins this fight. My first thought is that he wins by knockout. And then my second thought is, well, wait a minute. Well, Ryan is special. It's hard to be special, especially on a special night. You know what I mean? So Ryan has begged for this fight. Ryan has really made this fight happen. Ryan knows something that we don't know. He's got something in here that we don't see. And he's got something in here that we have not been able to really calculate. But he knows it, and I think he's bringing that to the ring. He's hard to bet against tonight. You know what I mean? He's hard to bet against on fight night.
Sean, you have main evented here in Las Vegas several times, but this is the first time that Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, their name is on the marquee. They're the main event. You see their poster everywhere on the strip you go. What do you think these guys are dealing with and the emotions that they have as they get ready for their first main event on Showtime pay-per-view here in Las Vegas?
I did an interview with Tank Davis, and I asked him just that. Is this where you always thought you'd be? He said, man, this is where I always wanted to be. I love boxing. You can take anything away from me. Just don't take boxing away from me. I said, you weren't a crier growing up. He said, no, I wasn't a crier. I said, but if somebody told you couldn't go to the boxing gym, he said, oh yeah, I cried. I cried if I couldn't go to the boxing gym. I slept outside waiting on them to open up the doors at some days. That's how much he loves this, and that's how much he's yearned to be where he's at. And we've seen Ryan Garcia's story too. He's told stories, countless stories, about how his family had to raise money just to get him to tournaments, all the while so he could end up right here. They're seizing this opportunity. They are starving to get in the ring on fight night. This is all of the extra stuff just for you guys. But on fight night, man, we're going to be able to see two warriors that have dreamt of this moment come and realize it and take it on, man. And this is why you love boxing, because you get to see dreams realized right in the moment. And so we're all in for a treat.
You've gone up against guys where we have seen the best Showtime Sean Porter, and you've pushed guys where we have seen the best of themselves because you pushed them. On Saturday night, do you believe that Gervonta is going to push Ryan to be his best and Ryan will push Gervonta to be his best? Because that's what I'm under the assumption of.
There's no doubt that that's going to happen. Guess what? They had to have an entire training camp getting ready for the other guy. That means they had to do things a little bit differently because they know the level of competition they're getting in the ring with. So that alone is going to bring them in the ring on another level, you know. And then as the fight unfolds, I think they're going to reach some places that they've never been before in the boxing ring. And again, like that's why this fight is made. That's why this fight is so hot and heavy, and it's a big ticket because we all know that on fight night we've seen Tank dazzle us and entertain us. We've seen Ryan dazzle us and entertain. What? We get to see both of them at the same time? It's unbelievable.
Well, my final point with you, Sean, before we get ready to let you go, is not only am I excited about in the ring, but you know they're both going to be super prepared because of their corners. You know the Hall of Famer. You and I are very familiar with Ryan Garcia's trainer, the legendary Joe Goose, and also for Gervonta Davis, Calvin Ford, who's been with him since the beginning. To me, I just think that this has all the makings of being something very special because in addition to, we have 2 quality trainers in the respective corners.
I mean, all the way around. This is a home run. All day and all night. I mean, and take a look at Calvin Ford. No, he doesn't have the resume of Joe Goosen, but if you take a look at everyone he's been around through the course of his career as a trainer, Barry Hunter, he's mentioned my dad numerous times. I mean, the list goes on. He's been around everybody. He's been around the sport for so long. These minds in the corners and then these minds working in the ring. I mean, this is just... You guys are, man, this is what boxing truly, we're about to give the world what boxing is, and it's special.
Showtime, always a pleasure, my friend. Look forward to seeing you during the rest of Fight Week.
Thank you, my man. Porterweight Podcast.
Yeah, Porterweight Podcast. Get it. Make sure to check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Showtime, Sean Porter. He's a busy man. He's ringing the bell at the Las Vegas Knights games. And we are moments away. We're going to have the second half of our co-main event. And looking forward. Oh, look at this. Sean Porter's throwing on some T-shirts. Make some noise if you want some T-shirts from Showtime, Sean Porter. Also want to thank the media members. We got so many media members out here. It's unbelievable. I see my guy Sean Sattel, Mark Abrams out here, Adam Abramowitz, Ernesto Amador. So many people. Cynthia Conti somewhere around in the house. Want to thank all of you, the media members, for coming out. Make some noise if you want some T-shirts from Showtime, Sean Porter. Also want to thank the fine Showtime team. What a digital team we have, and entire Showtime Sports and Showtime Championship Boxing crew doing a great job from TGB Promotions. We got Hervey Estrada out here somewhere doing a great job. Eric Villegas as well. The guys behind the scenes, Sammy, and also our man Caesar. The guys who really work very hard diligently throughout the weeks as well. Also, we have from Showtime on the digital side, Kieran Mulvaney, Eric Raskin in the house. Those guys are breaking down the fight on their podcast. I believe they have a daily podcast going on, Kieran. A daily podcast getting you ready for fight night. Nothing like big fight weeks like this, ladies and gentlemen. Running down the rest of fight week. Coming up, we're going to be talking with one half of our co-main event with Yamaguchi Falcao. Also, ladies and gentlemen, on Friday, we will have the official weigh-in coming your way, and that'll be at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time, right outside of T-Mobile Arena at Toshiba Plaza. We will open up the gates at 1:30. It is free and open to the public. Make sure to get there, get your seat, because it is going to be a tremendous atmosphere for the final face-off. You're going to see both guys tip the scale and then face off for the final time, as we are merely days away from Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia going head-to-head in a matchup that will no doubt help to shape their legacy. For Gervonta Davis, 28-0, 26 knockouts. Only 2 guys have gone the distance with him. German Moraz back in 2014. Isaac Cruz back in December of 2021. For Ryan Garcia, 23-0, 19 knockouts. Only 4 guys have gone the distance with him. He's coming off of a 6-round knockout over the former world champion Javier Fortuna back in Los Angeles in July. For Tank, a victory over Hector Luis Garcia, who would not answer the bell to begin the 9th round. He did that in his home area of Washington, D.C. at Capital One Arena. For Gervonta Davis, anywhere this guy goes, he sells out. He's fought in London. He's fought in Baltimore, his home city of Baltimore. Fought in Atlanta. Fought in Los Angeles. Literally everywhere this guy goes, he sells out. He's a box office superstar. Now, for the first time, both Gervonta and Ryan Garcia are main eventing here in Las Vegas. As a prize fighter, this is where you aspire to be, here in Las Vegas. The legends of the sport have fought here in this city and have had memorable performances that have helped to shape their Hall of Fame careers. On Saturday night, Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia have a golden opportunity with everyone around the world watching. This is the kind of fight where we will see who is going to reign supreme and who's going to have the sports world talking. There are many fights where they are for hardcore fight fans. And now, Ryan? All right. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a great honor and pleasure to welcome for all of you 23-0, 19 knockouts, just 24 years of age. He'll be taking on Gervonta Tank Davis. Here is King Ryan Garcia. Ryan is led to the ring by his father, Henry Garcia, his entire family as well. Great to see King Ryan. Give it up for Ryan Garcia.
Thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate you guys. I'm grateful for all of you guys. Even if you're going for Tank, I'm grateful for you guys. It's just such a blessing. I know you guys took time out of your day. What's today, Wednesday? Thank you guys so much for coming out. Let's do this thing.
Ryan, this is your second day of fight week. What was yesterday like for you? I saw you at the Grand Arrivals. You were very happy indeed. You know, you obviously met a new friend, a leukemia patient who is inspiring you. But, you know, what has fight week been like for you so far?
Yo, the first day was such a vibe, man. It felt so surreal. I had, like, such peace around me. You know, the Lord carried me through that first day. It was beautiful. And now I'm here today, and I feel like I'm doing the same thing. So life is good right now.
Joe Goosen, your Hall of Fame trainer, told me yesterday, I go, how do you think Ryan's looking? He goes, he just looks like a winner. So where does that winning mentality come from? Because this is your first time headlining here in Las Vegas.
Well, you know, I've been fighting since I was 7 years old. It's not something that I'm not used to. You know, I've fought some of the best fighters my whole life, and for the most part, I've always came out on top. So this is nothing different. I'm just being me, and being me brought me here. So that's what I'm gonna continue to do. Keep pressing forward, no matter what's thrown at me, or no matter what's trying to take me down. I choose to move forward. I choose to fight and conquer on top, no matter what. So this is what I'm doing right now.
Well, in terms of being you, how do you remain so relaxed? Because you have, obviously, both you and Gervonta have so much riding on the line. Not only your undefeated records, but a legacy. This is a legacy fight for the both of you. How do you remain so relaxed and composed?
Honestly, sometimes I don't even know. It's just pretty much, sometimes the peace of God is something you can't explain. So that's what I walk with every day, and I'm going to stay true to it because that's what's in my heart. That's the truth. That's how I do it. And the fact that I've been boxing my whole life, that's why I stay calm. And I'm ferocious when I need to be, and that's what I know about myself. So that's why I stay calm.
You said something that really stood out to me. You said, you were doing something on your social media, and you go, I'm tough in the ring when I need to be, but outside the ring, I'm not like that.
Well, it's just a shot at the stereotypes. You know what I mean? You look at me, they say, oh, he don't look like he's a fighter. He don't have that dog in him. I don't care about words. I know what's in my heart. I know who I am, and I know that I'm a fighter. I know that whatever's thrown at me, when I get put down, I get right back and I keep fighting. So I don't care about words. Words are an illusion. Fear is an illusion. That's not real. You look in the mirror and you tell yourself what you are. That's what you are. No matter what anybody said on the internet, what's thrown at you, it doesn't matter, man. You guys know what's in your heart. You guys know the truth. The truth is within you. That's what you follow.
Ryan, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. We'll see you the rest of the fight.
Hey, man, I love you guys, man. I thank you guys. It's such a blessing, man. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Ryan Garcia, ladies and gentlemen, King Ryan joining us. We are getting closer to fight night, ladies and gentlemen. Great to see King Ryan Garcia, and his father, Henry Garcia, the entire Garcia family in the house. Also, Ryan's brother, Sean Garcia, as well, a terrific young fighter. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, you have Ryan Garcia out here enjoying himself. We got the legendary Joe Goose and also the Hall of Famer along with Tom Brown, the promoter of TGB Promotions. We are making a campaign for Tom Brown to be in the International Boxing Hall of Fame. He's been the hardest working man in boxing for the past 10 years. Tom Brown needs to get into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. We need to happen. Ed Brophy, I know you're watching. Hope you're listening. We need to make Tom Brown become a part of the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a celebration for boxing. You have two of the world's best going head-to-head, Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. It honestly doesn't get any better than that. Not only that, but stylistically, they both can put away your opponents. They both have knockout power. And now, ladies and gentlemen, one half of our co-main event. This man will be taking on David Morrell Jr. We want to welcome, with a record of 24 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 10 wins coming by way of knockout, the Olympic bronze medalist. Here is Yamaguchi Falcao. Here is Yamaguchi Falcao, ladies and gentlemen, from Brazil. We're going to be talking with him and with our esteemed translator, Martin Batter. Yamaguchi, what does this fight mean to you as you prepare to collide against David Morrell Jr. on the co-main event of Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia?
¿Qué significa esta pelea para vos? ¿Qué significa esta pelea para vos, considerando que vas a enfrentarte a David Morrell Jr. en el co-evento principal de una mega cartelera, de una mega pelea como Gervonta Davis y como Ryan Garcia?
Para mí significa mucho. Yo estoy peleando en una cartelera donde toda la vida yo soñé con ese momento. Estar peleando por una correa mundial, eso para mí no hay palabras. Yo voy con todo. Es mi oportunidad.
I have no words to express how happy I am. I don't have enough words to express how happy I am. This is for a world title opportunity. This is the opportunity of a lifetime, and I want the fans to see the kind of fighter that I am, representing my country and everybody here.
Since your loss to Chris Pearson back in 2019, you have won 8 straight. What has been the key to your run since your only defeat?
¿Cuál ha sido la clave de tu racha ganadora desde que perdiste por única vez?
La cosa es entrenamiento, la fe siempre en Dios. Yo sé que estoy listo para pelear con cualquiera. Yo entreno mucho y hago y creo que esa es la gran llave para la victoria.
Training, believing, my faith in God, those have been the keys for my success. And this is, like I said, for a world title opportunity, I want it to be the key to greater opportunities, for the door to blow wide open for me.
Do you feel that if you're successful on Saturday against David Morrell Jr., then you could put your name in the mix for the likes of Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez?
¿Sentís que si ganás este sábado tu nombre podría estar en consideración para enfrentar a Benavidez, a Canelo, a los top de la división?
Sí, eso es lo más que trabajo, lo más que lo quiero. Yo quiero ganar David Morrell sábado y quiero Canelo Alvarez en la próxima.
Absolutely. The more I work, the more I crave it. I want to beat David Morrell Jr. this Saturday, and then I want Canelo whenever, wherever.
You are an underdog heading into this fight against David Morrell Jr. Do you pay attention to that, or do you use it as extra motivation?
¿Sentís que todo lo que se dice de David Morrell Jr., de cómo él es el favorito por bastante, eso te motiva o lo ignorás?
No, a mí me motiva mucho. Eso es una cosa donde toda la vida me permite tener. Eso me permite mucho, me motiva y yo voy. Yo me gusta de estar en ring y me gusta de estar haciendo lo que más me gusta del boxeo.
It motivates me so much. You have no idea. The fact that people like to talk motivates me a lot, And I love to be the underdog, and the fans are going to see what the underdog can do on Saturday night.
Ladies and gentlemen, get it up for Yamaguchi Falcao working out for all of you here in Las Vegas.
Champion, Yamaguchi Falcao, I'm from Brazil. 6 minutes, 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Yeah? Hold on to the rope because you'll use that next.
Inside the ring, ladies and gentlemen, Yamaguchi Falcao, the Olympic bronze medalist. Give him a round of applause. As he will be matching up against David Morrell. Thank you very much to Yamaguchi Falcao. Also, Saturday night is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app, use the code GLOVES, and bet on Tank Davis versus King Ryan now. Also by Big George Foreman, exclusively in movie theaters on April 28th. Tickets are on sale now, rated PG-13. Also powered by Fast Twitch, a new energy drink from Gatorade with 200 milligrams of caffeine, electrolytes, and zero sugar. Well, we mentioned about why Saturday night is so compelling when you have Gervonta Davis and you have Ryan Garcia. Two guys who are in the primes of their careers, risking their undefeated record pretty much in a winner-take-all as being one of the faces of boxing. Two outstanding corners as we want to bring up the esteemed trainer of Gervonta Tank Davis. He'll be matching wits against the Hall of Famer Joe Goosen. Please welcome Calvin Ford. Calvin, it is great to see you. Welcome to Fight Week, my friend. What does this mean to you and to Tank and the entire Tank Davis team?
Wow. This is big, y'all. Give yourself a hand to tell you the truth. Come on, give it up, y'all. Man, this is the biggest fight of this generation right here. It's about the generation that's coming. Man, can't believe it, boy. My heart like, boom.
Calvin, you obviously in the Baltimore, Washington, D.C. area, you've done so much for the youth in that particular part of the country. Gervonta has been obviously the poster boy for that in terms of where he's come from. But for all of you, did you ever think when Gervonta was 7, 8 years old that you would get to the pinnacle of the sport here in Las Vegas headlining a big pay-per-view?
No, I really didn't. The only thing I just wanted him to do was just be a good person. And I got to thank my Lord. It's bigger than us.
So, in terms of preparation, I know that, Tank, you guys all came here to Las Vegas and put yourself pretty much in isolation in preparation for this fight. Why did you decide to make that move?
Because look at this. This is different what we usually go into, you know. So right now we're in Vegas. We know everybody coming to Vegas. We're trying to make Vegas stand still for this moment because this is a big moment for Garcia and Gervonta Davis because the youth is really looking at it. We had two different cultures coming together to see who's going to be the best.
Do you? Well, you talk about the best. In my estimation, I feel like Ryan is going to push Gervonta to being at his absolute best. On the opposite side, I believe Gervonta is going to push Ryan to be at his absolute best. Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say because I'm still looking for that fighter that's going to bring the best out of Tank. No one has seen the best out of Tank yet. What I'm noticing from Tank that he's becoming his own general in the ring. He's actually coming to the corner talking to us. What's going on and whatnot, and that's different from what I've been getting for years of been training Tank.
So are you saying that there's a maturation process that has developed with Tank over the years?
Yes. I mean, only the great ones can say that. You know what I'm saying? When they coming back to their corner and they notice that they're seeing things that you already seen before they seen it.
I asked you during the media workout, but as we get closer to fight night on Saturday night, is it still surreal to you that you are at this level in your career guiding Gervonta? On the opposite corner, you have Ryan Garcia. In the corner, the Hall of Famer Joe Goosen, a sold-out crowd and millions watching around the world on Showtime pay-per-view.
I can't believe it. I mean, we got the great Joe Goosen. We got Garcia's dad, his day one. I'm Tank's day one. Kenny's day one. It's just a message to the youth that's coming up in this boxing game. Stay with your day one. Stay with your day one. Because that's what it's all about. Y'all going to win together. Y'all going to lose together. Y'all going to be together. And that's what we look at. It's like a family. We started this from day one. We're going to finish it the same way.
So, Calvin, how do you keep Gervonta relaxed? And as we are merely 3 nights away until fight night, how do you keep him relaxed? How do you keep him focused on the task at hand, but not burn him out, always thinking about the fight?
It's the family. We try to just make it be a gym setting all the time because that's how we came together is in the gym. Tank is growing. He's older now. He's communicating with us. He's talking to us. So I just basically go off the vibes that I get from him. So when I look at the vibes, that's what I work off.
Calvin, thank you so much. Always a pleasure. We look forward to seeing you the rest of the fight night, and also good luck on Saturday night.
Thank you. Hey, appreciate y'all. Thank you. Thank you.
Give it up for Calvin Ford, ladies and gentlemen, the esteemed trainer of Gervonta Tank Davis. Calvin Ford, it is great to hear the knowledge that Calvin is imparting upon us, because Calvin is absolutely brilliant, and he knows he must be at his best, as he will be matching wits against the Hall of Famer Joe Goosen. Ladies and gentlemen, Saturday night, limited tickets are available, AXS.com, or awesome. They're going to be having a viewing party here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Make sure to get it and come out and watch the fights with other fans. Nothing like that, because the energy, the excitement is really going to be at a fever pitch. And we're only on Wednesday. Tomorrow, for all the fight fans out there, on the social media pages. And ladies and gentlemen, we are just awaiting, as we got a young to open up the pay-per-view on Saturday. We have the 19-year-old who is undefeated, coming off of a win over Amilcar Vidal back in March. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, he will be going head-to-head against Kevin Salgado on Showtime pay-per-view, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. Introducing Elijah Garcia. Elijah, great to see you. As you get ready, you're only 19 years of age. Being a card like this, Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia in Las Vegas on Showtime pay-per-view. How cool is this experience for you?
It's a blessing, I got to thank God for it. And it's just, I can't explain the feeling,
The way you got here was because you were able to put away Amilcar Vidal back in March in impressive fashion. How did you feel that you performed in that fight, and your ability to put away a power puncher who not many people were clamoring to fight, and you at 19 years of age said, you know what, give him to me, and you beat him in decisive fashion?
Yeah, I stay ready. I have the best team in the game. So the biggest thing was staying ready and just going with the experience. It was just an opportunity that I couldn't pass, just like this one, and here I am again.
In terms of dealing with fight week responsibilities, obviously media workouts, media obligations, how do you keep yourself relaxed during, the madness of fight week and not really thinking too much about your fight and trying to remain composed as we inch closer to your showdown?
I don't know. I'm still learning. This is a huge card right here, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. And I've never experienced anything like this before, but it's not as hard as I thought it would be.
What are you hoping to show fans on Saturday night on Showtime pay-per-view?
I'm just looking to put on a show for the fans. It's going to be a war, and I believe someone's going to get knocked out. And it's going to be a great fight.
At this stage of your career, do you think you're on the fast track? Are you looking at guys like Gervonta, who's 28, Ryan, who's 24, as the same, I want to be a main eventer of my own here in Las Vegas?
Yeah, of course. I think that's everybody's dream. But my goal is maybe I could do it just a little bit sooner,
So you want to be 20, 21 years old, maybe doing it?
Yes, sir. Taking those big fights, getting the attention.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to Elijah Garcia, working out for all of you. He'll take on Kevin Salgado on a Saturday night to open up the pay-per-view Saturday night, brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app, use the code GLOVES, and bet on Tank Davis versus King Ryan now. Also by Big George Foreman, exclusively in movie theaters on April 28th. Tickets on sale now, rated PG-13. By Fast Twitch, a new energy drink from Gatorade with 200 milligrams of caffeine, electrolytes, and zero sugar. Also by Cuervo Tradicional, smooth has an edge. And by Fast 10, in theaters on May 19th. Elijah Garcia, undefeated at 19-0, working out here at the MGM Grand as Tank and King Ryan Fight Week rolls on. Garcia working out, ladies and gentlemen. He's 14-0, 12 knockouts. He stopped 6 of his last 7 opponents. He comes to us from Phoenix, Arizona. Also, Arizona boxing certainly thriving as well, with David Benavidez doing what he did 3 weeks ago here in Las Vegas against Caleb Plant. Elijah Garcia, just 19 years of age, matching up against the once beaten Kevin Salgado of Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, Elijah Garcia working out for all of you here at the MGM Grand. He matches up against Kevin Salgado. Don't forget the pay-per-view starts an hour early. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time on Showtime pay-per-view from T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. We go live 2 hours earlier on the Showtime Sports social media pages with some undercard action starting at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time. Back to Elijah Garcia's workout here in Las Vegas. Miles in the house, ladies and gentlemen, on the ones and twos with the music. The outstanding DJ, the best in the business. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we will have the press conference tomorrow on the Showtime Sports social media pages, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific time. Also, the weigh-in right outside of T-Mobile Arena at Toshiba Plaza comes your way at 3 o'clock local time. Free and open to the public if you're watching on the stream, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time on the Showtime Sports social media pages. And then we get ready for Fight Night, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time on Showtime pay-per-view 2 hours earlier with the prelims, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for Elijah Garcia, the hard-hitting 19-year-old from Phoenix, Arizona, going head-to-head against Kevin Salgado. Elijah Garcia looking to make some waves and improve to 15-0 on Saturday, but he will no doubt have his hands full as he takes on the unbeaten with a record of 15 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, Kevin Salgado of Mexico. When it comes to Kevin Salgado, his only loss came at the hands of Joey Spencer, had a draw against Brian Perella, but believes that the world is in for a surprise on Saturday as he matches up against Elijah Garcia. The second fight on the pay-per-view, a rematch of their confrontation back in January of 2021 as Bektemir, the bully Melikuziev, rematches Gabriel Rosado, Puerto Rican descent of Philadelphia. Rosado put him away with the highlight reel one-punch knockout in the 3rd round. Melikuziev got a knockdown in the 1st round. The co-main event will feature 2 super middleweights, the undefeated David Morrell Jr., who's making significant strides and is known as being among the elite at 168. He looks to elevate his record and possibly clamor for a fight against the likes of David Benavidez or Canelo Alvarez, but standing in his way will be the Brazilian bronze medalist, the once beaten Yamaguchi Falcao. That coming your way in the co-main event, and Morrell will be putting his title on the line. Morrell feels if he's successful, then he will likely have a pathway to among the 2 kingpins in the division, Canelo Alvarez or David Benavidez. And then in our main event of the evening, Gervonta Tank Davis collides against King Ryan Garcia. A fight with so much on the line. This has been a matchup that has been discussed for well over 2 years. Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis were on Mike Tyson's podcast over 2 years ago, and Ryan made the prediction that he will put away Tank in 2 rounds. Will that prediction reign supreme? Tank said, no doubt, bring it. And also, ladies and gentlemen, the second fight on our Showtime pay-per-view extravaganza. This man, a 17-year pro. He's fought in 3 divisions, super welterweight, middleweight, and the super middleweight division. He's coming off or defeated Melikuziev back in January of 2021. Here is Gabriel Rosado. What's up, Gabe? Great to see Gabe Rosado in the house. Philadelphia's pride and joy. And Gabe, for you, being a part of this event, you were supposed to fight last month against Zurdo Ramirez. That fight obviously fell through at the 11th hour. But you get this sort of as a, sort of a consolation prize as you rematch against Melikuziev. Your thoughts?
Yeah, man, it sucks when a fight gets canceled, but the magnitude of this card is, to me, I believe, is the biggest fight of the year. So I'm blessed to be a part of the card.
Was it easy to make because you were already in shape, but you were fighting? Your previous fight was supposed to be at 75, but instead they were like, you know what? You want this rematch against Melikuziev? I feel like it didn't take you too long to say yes.
Yeah, it didn't take too long, and I was moving up to 75, so I was enjoying the stakes. Just had to cut down on the stakes and do 68, but it was cool, man. It worked out. We're getting ready for a southpaw. Beck is a southpaw, so nothing really changed, and we just stood to it.
The first fight that you had was a barn burner. He put you down in the 1st round. You didn't panic at all. Came back and wiped him out with an overhand right that would decapitate anybody that very night. What was the key to your victory in being able to remain composed and then hammer him and knock him out in the 3rd?
Yeah, it's just resilient. Mental toughness, just knowing this as a 12-round fight. He caught me with a good shot in the 1st round. I took a knee. I said I'll bounce back in the next round, and I'll do what I got to do, set him up. And that's what we did. We set him up in the 3rd round with a picture-perfect shot. It was a shot that we were working in training camp. just kind of working on his flaw, and we did it.
So how will the result be the same in terms of you getting your hand raised on Saturday? How are you going to make sure that it is the same compared to that of how it was 2 years ago?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, right now, I'm taking it as a challenge, and I'm taking it kind of personal that, you know, he thought it was a fluke, you know.
Does that upset you?
Oh, it does. You know, so he jumping into this thinking it was a fluke. So that's my motivation to prove him, like, nah, I did that once, I'm going to do it again.
17 years as a pro, you have fought pretty much everyone that's been put in front of you, literally of this era. Where do you find the motivation to keep fighting at this very high level?
Man, it's just, you know, the atmosphere, man, the crowd, you know, and it's in my blood, man. It's in my DNA. I'm a fighter in life and in the ring, inside the ring, outside the ring. You know, this is what I do, man. It's in my DNA.
You've been around some big events over the course of your 17-year career. How does Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia fight week compare to the others that you've been a part of?
Oh, this is big, man. This is like Tito Trinidad, Oscar De La Hoya. You know, this is big. Ryan is a superstar. Tank is a superstar. You know, I think they're the top guys in the division. And for them to fight right now in their prime, you know, my hat's off to them. You know, I wish more guys did that.
Prediction time from me to you. First of all, we'll talk about the main event. Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia. Who you rocking with?
Oh, man, I'm a fan of both of them. I know them personally. I like them both. So it's 50-50, man. I just want to see a great fight.
All right, in terms of your fight, the second fight of the pay-per-view, how's it going down against the bully?
Oh, man, we're going to bully the bully.
You're going to bully the bully?
Yeah, that's what we're going to do, man, for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause to Gabriel Rosado, the 17-year pro here in Las Vegas. Going to do a little shadow boxing, working out for all of you, literally. Gabe Rosado is one of the OGs. I'm not trying to make you feel old, Gabe, but this guy has been fighting at such a high level for well over close to 2 decades. He still looks in impeccable physical shape, and he's looking to bully the bully. Bektemir Melikuziev, a rematch of their matchup back in January of 2021. Gabe Rosado looking for his second straight win over Melikuziev.
Time me.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Gabe Rosado taking on Bektemir, the bully Melikuziev, on Saturday. Gabe Rosado squaring off. He looks in outstanding physical shape. He's ready for a showdown against the bully. Looking to knock out the bully a second straight time. You see the intensity already with Gabe Rosado. He is locked in and ready to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all the fighters for joining us here at the media workout. Our entire team Saturday night, Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia on Showtime pay-per-view, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time, presented by Premier Boxing Champions, promoted by GTD Promotions, along with TGB Promotions and a Golden Boy Promotions. Tomorrow, the press conference will be streamed live at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific time on the Showtime Sports social media pages. The weigh-in, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time, live and open to the public outside of T-Mobile Arena at Toshiba Plaza. Join us at 3 o'clock local time for the weigh-in for Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia. Saturday night, fight night, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time on Showtime pay-per-view, 2 hours early. Prelims, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time on the Showtime Sports social media pages. We'll talk to you tomorrow and then see you at the weigh-in on Friday. Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia matching up the biggest fight of the year on Saturday night here in Las Vegas. Have a great rest of your afternoon. We'll see you on Friday for the weigh-in.
The reason why I wanted to make the fight because he's somebody that's on that A game. I think the time is now. You know, he's a star. I'm a star, so I needed a dance partner. Why not take the fight now?
This is my moment. This is what is going to define myself.
We both had speed and power. It's going to be an explosive fight. He's knocked out majority of the guys he's faced. I knocked out 98% of the guys I faced. People want to see that. People want to see knockouts. They don't want to see guys that just get through the fight. They actually want to see people get knocked on their behinds. Both of us come in there and try to knock our guys out.
Tank brings speed, power, reflexes, talent. He's just never seen a guy like me, and I don't think he's been pushed like that. I think a little bit by Cruz, but Cruz couldn't really maintain it.
I want to actually figure my opponent out, start capitalizing off his mistakes. Then you have the knockout.
When I get in there, he's going to know that he's fighting with a real fighter. I got a lot to give. Speed is power. The more speed I have, the more power I should have. And I think all I'm going to need is one. He's like, dang, he did only have a left hook.
Come April the 22nd and they raise my hand, I'm the face of boxing. Just go ahead and put my face as the boxing logo. For sure.
Once upon a time, there was a place called the wilderness.
We did things out there that we're ashamed of.
There was some darkness.
Your friendships are a little more complicated than most.